All right, before I start my segment, roll in the music. Everyone get up, put your hands together for the Kansas City Chiefs, who I predicted would win Super Bowl 57 this last Sunday against the Philadelphia Eagles, and they did that, 38-35. And Deebo Samuel called it first. The Eagles are fraudulent, and their defense was going to get exposed, whether you like it or not. And did they? Oh, they did. 38 points on their head and 0 sacks on Patrick Mahomes, who, mind you, was playing on one leg for half of the game and still managed to come back and play the greatest second half we've ever seen from a quarterback in a Super Bowl. He had a 133.9 passer rating and ended the game with 3 touchdowns and only 200 yards because the Eagles' defense was that miserable that that's all that he had to throw for. And Mahomes is not only special with his arm, but he's special with his legs, his pocket mobility, and everything in between. So now the question becomes this. Are the Chiefs going to be a dynasty? Well, a dynasty to me is, you're going to dominate the league for about the next 5 to 10 years, right? Give or take. And the answer is no. They're not going to be a dynasty. Because they already are. Do you realize that Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid together have now won 2 Super Bowls in their 5 years together and have been to 3? And we were all worried when Tyreek Hill left last year. Who's Mahomes going to throw to? Well, how did Tyreek Hill do this year on Miami with their winning ability, and how did Patrick Mahomes do this year? Drastically different, right? Oh, I know. Andy Reid, he might retire. Nope. In his post-game interview, he said he's not leaving. And I don't blame him. He's got Patrick Mahomes as his quarterback. And guess what, folks? Mahomes is just entering his prime, and that's what's so sweet about all this. He's 27. And he's won 2 Super Bowls. He has 2 Super Bowl MVPs, 2 regular season MVPs. And who's going to stop him in the AFC? That's the real question. Oh, I know. Josh Allen. Oh, you mean the guy that almost had as many turnovers as touchdowns this year? Okay, not him, right? Okay, oh, Justin Herbert. No, his coach is incompetent, and the Chargers need to fire him. And then maybe. Oh, Lamar Jackson. No, he's got holdout issues and arm limitations that are clearly evident to me. The only quarterback that's going to come close is Joe Burrow. Those 2 quarterbacks, Patrick Mahomes and Joe Burrow, are going to dominate the AFC for the foreseeable future. Mark my words on that. This is a dynasty happening. And the only person that stands in front of Patrick Mahomes on the GOAT throne is Thomas Edward Patrick Brady, who happens to be the other player that I would never bet against outside of Patrick Mahomes. And do we realize that Tom Brady won 3 Super Bowls in his first 5 years? It looks kind of similar to Mahomes' resume, doesn't it? And then he took a 10-year hiatus from ever touching a Lombardi trophy, came back, and then had another dynasty happen. So Mahomes has got time, folks. He's won 2 in 5 years, and I wouldn't put it past him to win 4 in the next 5 years, or 4 even in his whole career. Is there any doubt about that? I don't think so. He's the greatest talent we've ever seen touch turf, grass, or whatever that field was that they played on in Arizona that all of the players were seemingly tripping on constantly on. So Mahomes is better than Aaron Rodgers. He's better than Peyton Manning, Eli Manning, John Elway, Joe Montana, Dan Marino, Johnny Unitas. The list goes on and on. But the only man that stands in his way is Tom Brady. And Tom's not better than Patrick at anything football-wise outside of having more Super Bowls. And that is going to do it for my NFL segments for now. But, however, there is free agency coming up soon. But for now on, I will be doing NBA segments. Next week, I plan on talking about who I think is the NBA GOAT. Is it LeBron? Is it Michael Jordan? Is it Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for some of you old heads? I don't know. I guess we'll find out next week what my take is on that. But I'm going to be talking about NBA for the foreseeable future and some NFL stuff as we see free agency happen and a lot of trades take place as well. I appreciate you guys watching as well, as always, and I will see you guys next time.